to the Eagles post-game report brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina. Coach, it really seemed like this was a ball game that in the first half, yeah, your offense was struggling a little bit. Michigan wasn't, just killing it offensively in the first half, and it seemed like second half Michigan was able to get their shots to fall, and we just simply couldn't answer.
Yeah, absolutely. Hats off to Michigan. They certainly executed well. And it was tough to defend. We didn't have the practice time that we necessarily needed to go over their complete personnel and all of the offensive sets, because they run so much and they run so much action. So in that situation, you just got to basically stick to your defensive principles. But I thought the difference in the whole game was in the second half they knocked down shots, and we did. And we're a guard-dominated team, so sometimes you live by jump shots. It's difficult to be a guard-dominated team, because when you live by jump shots, some nights they're not going to fall. And some nights we ride CJ's shoulders so much, but tonight he was 1 for 9, and he'll certainly recover from that. But all in all, it was 4 for 16 from the three-point line, and for the game we shot 30%. We allowed Michigan to shoot 41%, and once again, defensively, I'm proud of our effort, because for the game, we always want teams to shoot at least 42.5 or below. So, they just got a couple of offensive rebounds, and they knocked down some shots, and they got the crowd into it. And we just got to go back to the drawing board, because the goal and the mission is not to compete in these games, but to come here and beat one of these FBS schools.
And you were right there with them for most of the ball game. Certainly, you got to be proud of that. Landon Clement, 15 points on the night. Still, just that defense from Michigan limited us to the point where we were taking some uncomfortable shots, or was it just we weren't executing?
Well, they pretty much switched everything, and the length. I think our guys had a difficult time adjusting to the length of their guards. Morris is 6'4", and then Tim Hardaway Jr. is 6'6". So they're certainly long, and with that they're physical, and that's what the larger schools do. They kind of expose your weaknesses, and they try to beat you. They try to beat up on you physically and just kind of weigh you down in the second half. And I thought we kind of wore ourselves down in the second half.
And it seemed like earlier on you were out rebounding them, and that you talk about the practice and preparation for it. You use the word toughness, and it really seemed to come out in the first half. In the second half, the effort was certainly there, and the toughness was there. It just didn't seem to fall in the basket when you needed it to.
This is a funny game whenever you're making shots. The way that just seeing that ball go through those nets, the way it affects your mental psyche on both ends of the floor, it has a lot to do with it. So the ball didn't go in the net for us. We take those same shots every game, and it's a matter of whether we're going to make a miss. And when the ball didn't go through the net for us, I think it affected our mentality on the defensive end of the floor. With the same token, Michigan began to make shots, and it affected them and allowed them to come back and turn up their defense on the opposite end of the floor. So, we just have to use this as a learning experience. And I told the guys, there were some positives that we could take out this game and move forward on, and we just release the negatives and go back and continue to work and get better.
You talk about positives. Again, second game in a row, good from the free throw line, 12 of 15 as a team. Obviously, not where you wanted it to be earlier in the year. They're starting to hit their free throws because the people that hit the free throws are going to the line.
Right, absolutely. So we're learning. It's, this is a work in progress. Justin Lee Miles is learning how to run a basketball team. Landon Clement is still learning how to get the proper spacing on the floor. CJ Wilkerson needs to learn how to read ball screens better, because, as I told those guys, just like we have scout reports, well, other teams do too, and you're on their drawing board, and so they're going to try to take away your strengths and make those weaknesses. So, it's just a lot of preparation, both a lot of film study and also execution that we have to work on, but I'm confident we'll do so.
Well, even things back up. The next contest, you got a week for Florida Gulf Coast. We head down to Fort Myers, Florida. By any means, it's not going to be an easy contest, because they're a very physical ball club, but it's a team that we can certainly go down there and beat, and even a record up 5-5 before Christmas.
I agree. It would be a nice win. They're playing extremely well. I think they didn't play well versus Indiana, but there were some more schools. I can't recall off the top of my head. I watched so much film that they're pretty good, and they beat us last year, and they have some nice newcomers who came in and filled those positions. So we definitely gonna have our work cut out for us.
Well, Coach, we thank you for your time. Best of luck as we hopefully will make it back to the Raleigh-Durham area safely tomorrow.
All right, thank you.